I'm Lauren Carter with Burton & Burton, and today I'm going to show you how to make a gorgeous Deco Bubble filled with live greenery. With Qualitex's line of Deco Bubbles, it's easier than ever to create exciting decor for any occasion. You're only going to need a few products to make impactful decor, perfect for a wedding or a special baby shower. All you're going to need is some monofilament, a couple of 260 Qs. Here I've pushed the air out and tied a knot, so we're going to use that to tie our Deco Bubble. A weight, some waterproof floral tape, pruning shears, a 24-inch Deco Bubble, and some number 9 ribbon. All of these products are carried by Burton & Burton. Another thing to consider is the plant's ability to thrive outside of water in the sun or extreme temperatures. Today, I've chosen Plumosa, also known as asparagus fern. It's native to South Africa, and it's beautiful outside of water. This has been out of water for over 8 days, and it's still bright green, and it's not shedding all over the table. It's also very light, which is important when you're doing balloon decor. It's almost the same weight as confetti, so you're able to put more inside of the Deco Bubble for a bigger impact. A few other selections that are perfect for balloon decor and thrive outside of water are leatherleaf, seeded eucalyptus, and pampas grass. You can find those through your local wholesale florist. The next thing I'm going to do is make sure I cut off any thorns or rough edges. That's extremely important when you're putting the greenery inside of a Deco Bubble. Plumosa is relatively soft, but we want to make sure we stick to the new growth ends of it when we're placing it inside the bubble. The rougher ends we can use for exterior pieces, but inside we need the new growth. So I'm going to pull it apart and cut off smaller pieces of the new growth. You'll know it's new growth because it's towards the end. It tends to be a brighter green. And we're going to put these aside for stuffing in the Deco Bubble. So here I have the clippings of the new growth of the Plumosa. This is probably a good amount for a 24-inch Deco Bubble. It's still light enough for it to have some lift. And you'll notice each piece is cut pretty small here so that I could stuff it through the neck of the Deco Bubble. The next thing we're gonna do is open our fresh 24-inch Deco Bubble and remove the moisture pack. And unfold it. Kind of wiggle the opening a little bit so you have some room for the plant material. And one by one, or you can do even a small grouping, we're gonna push them through the neck of the Deco Bubble, stem first. That way we don't lose a lot of the delicate pieces and it doesn't rip the Deco Bubble. And then you can use a balloon stick to help you get it through all the way down the neck. And we're going to keep working until we have this whole pile inside of the Deco Bubble. Okay, now that we have all of the Plumosa inside of the Deco Bubble, we're going to fill it with helium. Now that we're filled with helium, we're gonna tie the Deco Bubble. First, you wanna twist the neck of the bubble, and we're gonna take that 260 Q that we pulled the air out of, we're gonna wrap it around several times and tie in a knot. I'm going to wrap it around again a couple more times just for good measure. Make sure we're sealed. Okay. Now we're going to attach a little bit of monofilament because we want the illusion that this is just suspended by other pieces of the Plumosa. So I'm going to tie on the monofilament to the neck of the Deco Bubble. I'm going to cut off the extra pieces of the 260Q for a nice manicured look. And I'm going to tie the other end to a weight. I'm going to do this a lot shorter than normal just so we have a good visual on what we're doing here. Next, we're going to create the balloon tail out of Plumosa. It's not as important to find new growth on this one. We just want to make sure we find a piece that has lots of variation and looks well suspended. I like this piece because it has different things that jut out. It has a lot of interest. I'm just going to make sure I remove any dead pieces, any thorns, and I'm going to straighten out the branches a little bit. So take your pruning shears and go through slowly and pick out any dead pieces. This one seems to be pretty good. And I'm just going to move the branches out horizontally so it adds interest down the balloon tail. This is another characteristic of Plumosa that I love. You can play around with it a lot of different ways for different looks, and it doesn't break off. So I'm going to tear off a tiny piece of clear florist waterproof tape, and we're going to use that to attach the Plumosa to the monofilament. Just a tiny piece about 1 inch long will work. And get as close as you can to the balloon neck, but make sure that any rough pieces don't pop the bubble. We're just going to twist it around nice and tight to the monofilament to secure it. And there we go. You can stop there, or you can add more Plumosa all the way down the balloon tail. I'm going to stop there, but I'm going to add a little bit of number 9 ribbon to the top to hide a little bit of our mechanics. I'm going to cut off about an arm's length and always cut at a diagonal. And I'm just going to wrap it around the balloon neck and make sure you get the greenery in there too, the very top of the stem, so you add a little bit more security. So if you have kids or someone running around the event, it doesn't pull off. I'm just going to make a knot and a bow. Just very simple. You want this to be very nature-inspired and elegant. Nothing too foo-foo when you're using this live greenery. And there you go. A beautiful bubble balloon with live greenery. Perfect for a wedding, a baby shower, a bridal shower. It's going to be the talk of the event.